Young people have a need and the right to receive information about their sexual and reproductive health development. Access to information on life skills, emotional and physical changes during puberty, and sexual relationships will help boys and girls to make conscious, healthy, and informed decisions. To achieve this, Straight Talk Foundation, a Ugandan communication for development non-government organization in Uganda, focuses on activities and interventions that aim at improving the SRH and well-being of young people for adoption of health behaviors in Uganda through advocacy, evidence-driven communication, and youth-friendly service delivery. STF, with support from Rootjust, has been implementing a 5-year Get Up, Speak Out GUSO project that seeks to empower young people to voice their rights, have access to quality SRHR information and education through diverse channels, linking young people to access youth-friendly SRHR services, and also working with leaders and authorities to improve socio-cultural, political and legal environment for gender-sensitive, youth-friendly services. The GUSO project has been implemented in 4 selected districts of Bugiri, Iganga, Jinja, and Mayuge. However, under the Straight Talk Foundation, the districts of focus were Iganga and Bugiri. These were chosen based on poor SRHR performance indicators such as early marriages and high teenage pregnancy rates, standing at 30.1%. In an effort to curb the high prevalence rates of school dropouts due to TPs in schools, STF hinged on the successes of prior projects in eastern Uganda such as United for Healthy Tomorrow, Stroke Access for Services and Knowledge to implement the GUSO project using the whole school approach model.
Straight Talk Foundation has had a strategic partnership with the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs through one of our partners, Rootjust. And we've been implementing the Get Up Speak Out program. Generally, the Get Up Speak Out program is in 7 countries, and Uganda is one of those beneficiaries. So through the Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights Alliance, we've been implementing the Get Up Speak Out program. The program that started in 2016 and coming to an end in 2021, but all the implementation of the activities ending in by December of 2020. So we've had several partners like Reproductive Health Uganda, Uganda Network of Young People Living with HIV and AIDS, Nafofanu, Reach a Hand Uganda, UNIPA, Family Life Education Program in Jinja. And we've worked so hard to ensure that sexuality education, sexual reproductive health and rights information is integrated within the school environment and the out-of-school environment for the young people.
This program has actually helped us because our children are made to understand themselves. Because one of the challenges that we have in this district is that when you talk about sex and sexuality, people don't understand it. They think it is something that should not be talked about at all. In fact, the children are left to find out, to discover on themselves. And that's a challenge. Leaving children to discover on their own, and then discovering from fellow children, which children might even mislead them. We, the mature people, are simply looking on. But with the coming up of this program, it has actually helped us in a number of ways. First of all, even the teachers are now free to talk to these learners. And when they talk to the learners appreciate, they accept that these things are there in life. For example, menstruation among the girls. Menstruation is one of the things that has been making the number of girls go down in school. Because if a girl is beginning her menstrual cycle, it is something that is traumatic to her. She needs support. But with this program, some of these things have been handled by the teachers, by fellow learners. We even have schools that have gone ahead to organize making of locally made pads. So you find a boy making a pad for a girl, and that is good. They are giving support to each other.
This has not been easy, like we're not talking about sexuality education within our context. Many times there's a lot of misunderstanding. But we've been able to partner with at the national level with the Minister of Education, Minister of Health, and at the grassroots we've been able to work so well with the different departments of health, education, and community development. We've done a lot. One, to build their capacity to understand what sexual reproductive health and rights information is about. So at the beginning we had to do a lot of value clarification and attitude transformation engagement, such that the program is understood, such that the people know that you're not about spoiling the children, but bringing the right information they need to grow up, to make healthy decisions, but also to grow up as responsible adults.
Before this project came to Iganga, we had very high teenage pregnancies, we had high dropout rates in Iganga and in the region. Most of our children were dropping out, they were not going to school. Our teams in the field, the health workers, did not have adequate knowledge on how to handle these young people. The project came, we appreciate the support they have given. It has turned around this district. Our health workers have been equipped, they now know how to handle the young people.
2017 netutrainingibwa n'aba GUSO engeri egy'okukandolingamu abavubuka bano. Kyatukola bulungi nti twafuna amagezi ag'okusobola okukolagana n'abavubuka okututegeera. Natrainingibwa nga nze omuntu, ate era ne baddamu ne batraininga, twatrainingabwa ne bannanga abalala. Amulala waali ndowooza naye ajja kujja ayogereko. N'abalala eddwaliro lyonna ne litrainingibwa engeri y'okuhandolingamu abavubuka bano.
So we've done a lot, and the work that we've done with the many partners, as a model, we worked with what we call the whole school approach. And the whole school approach has about five areas of engagement. One that looks at the management of the schools to be able to support adolescent sexual reproductive health and rights information within their context of the school. It also looks at access to youth-friendly services and evidence-based comprehensive rights information or education. We're also looking at the parents. How are the parents involved in the work? Because we know at Straight Talk, if we do a lot of work and the parents do not understand what we're doing, they're not supporting their young people, then our work becomes very, very difficult. So we've worked a lot in terms of doing dialogues, in terms of interaction with the parents at the school and at the community to ensure that the parents support the work of young people knowing sexuality education, understanding their bodies, understanding issues of menstrual health, issues of relationships. There's a lot about the capacity of teachers. So another pillar looked at building the capacity of teachers. The teachers to be able, one, to understand what sexual reproductive health and rights information is about, but also to be able to help their learners, the learners in the schools. We know that the young people spend a lot of time in schools, not even at home, but it's important that the capacity of the teachers is built.
Actually, before GUSO or Straight Talk entering our school, we had the challenges that we could not undergo, and we had no solution because by that time we had no knowledge about how to deal with such cases. Case in point, people thought that if you become, it's like you come out as a teacher, your work is to handle classroom and giving knowledge that you're supposed to give. Let us talk of now, if I'm a geography teacher, what I was supposed to do was to deal with only solving problems in California and leaving our students there. But as we talk now, as GUSO came in, actually, I was one of the people who were taken for the training in 2000 16, where we got knowledge of handling the younger people as the sexual reproductive health rights were concerned. And as we talk now, basing on what we used to call, or what we call now, the whole school approach, starting with the students, they were knowledge that they were imparted with. Come to teachers, they came to know how to handle now the younger people. Leave that aside, what about the nanny staff, who were sometimes at a point could encroach on our younger girls because they had nothing like any knowledge. They thought every young girl, every female that they could come across, they thought they had to do what? To encroach them in love and majorly relating sex. But with GUSO and its trainings, first of all, we started with our students, where we had to impart them skills, life skills of knowing whom they are, where they come from, or where they are, and whom they share with, and what.
I came here in the year 2015, and I found the place somehow in a total mess. This one is a place where children were being married off at tender age. There was a lot of teenage pregnancy, and children were not catered for well by the parents. Even provision of meals at school was just news. This circumstance was actually very hopeless. I thank God that Straight Talk came in. And when GUSO called us, I realized I got the answer for the problem surrounding the school. In the first instance, we started a strategy to sensitize the parents. We did this through pupil-parent dialogue. This helped us so much to sensitize our parents, one, to know the value of education and the need to educate the girl child. It also helped us to sensitize them on the dangers of early marriage and early pregnancy.
And we have even involved the boys. The boys have also come on board. They are no longer bullying their sister or the girls when they're in their periods. They can even help us in making pads. They contribute, and they also have to cut and sew together with the rest of the learners. We've also told them that this is normal to them, to the girls, so the boys shouldn't bully them around. So even if a girl is experiencing her periods, you find that the boys will not bully that girl. They will not laugh at that girl. They will just encourage that person who is going through that period.
Is I, as a teacher, I've learned also that if you interface with these learners, if you are free with them, you give them really the right information they need, they will help you to discover the problems they are going through. And when you discover these problems, now it empowers you to be more of a parent. Not only a teacher, but you become a parent. There are things, for example, I've also discovered from learners that at home, few of them have time with their parents. And when they are in this school environment, it is us now, the teachers, in this program, in this project, who discuss with them sexuality-related issues.
But also the other pillar, the fifth pillar that we worked on within the whole school approach context of the GUSO program was having healthy and safe school environment. Now we know that in Uganda people have talked about youth corners or the safe school environment places. So we've worked a lot in establishing these in the schools. Can the young people have a place in their school where they can access counseling when the girl is experiencing issues of menstruation, that they can go and wash and have a pad and change and have even safe water? A lot of the areas where we worked, do not have access to water or even hand washing materials. So we worked a lot with the teachers to ensure that at least every school has one safe space where the girls can go to change, to learn about their bodies, and just to get information that will help them grow up healthy.
When GUSO was not introduced, I never knew that to know your culture is also important. I thought that you just be there, knowing that I'm Kagoya Esther, I'm Musoga, but I can even not love my culture because I was not told about it. But when the GUSO came in, they told us the use of your culture.
I was shy in that when I came in senior one, some other changes that happened on me, I was just afraid of them. But when I joined this GUSO club in 2017, I learned that you have to express what you have, share it with your fellows, then you'll have a better mind of not thinking just ill about yourself, but even thinking big about yourself.
So I must say that this partnership with Rutgers, our partner in Netherlands, and the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been very, very instrumental in creating good capacity within the schools, in empowering the parents to talk to their children, in helping even other partners within the country learn about issues of sexual reproductive health.
The project has been implemented in 60 schools, 40 primary and 20 secondary, and 40 out of school youth groups, building capacity of 220 teachers, 360 peers, 60 junior journalists, and 100 youth-led monitors on comprehensive sexuality education. Overall, through these structures, a total of 649,210 young people were reached with SRHR information and education within the 5 years.